I have no idea what's happened there. What's happened, Chris?
I don't know, Jeff. The rain must have got in my eyes.
Kammy, on my bucket list,
Yes.
I'm lucky enough to have done a lot of things, ticked off a lot of things. Something that's going to be good for the viewers now, hopefully. But mainly for me. Can me and you now, I've got the script here, right? This is
Go
all
for
off
it.
the dome for you, but can we recreate the Kammy Misses the Red Card?
Go for it.
Do you reckon you know the lines?
Yeah.
Do you? Okay. Now, I will just say, Stevie, on Soccer Saturday, when this happens, the other pundits are all cracking up. So if you don't laugh,
I
that's
can crack up as much as you need me to.
Okay, so this is...
I love that this is on your bucket list, though.
Yeah, well, no, why not?
When
Why
did
not?
you put that on there?
A little bit of context for anyone out there who potentially doesn't know this clip. It's got millions and millions of views online. Chris Kamara was covering a game at Portsmouth at Fratton Park and missed a sending off, and I can't really explain it any better than that. It was just funny how you didn't see it even though you were at the game. So we're going to recreate it. This is Kammy Missing the Red Card by Chris Kamara and Jack Mate, and I'll play the role of Jeff. We're off to Fratton Park where there's been a red card, but for who, Chris Kamara?
Sending off. Sending off. I must have missed that, Jeff.
Have you not been watching? I haven't. I don't know where that's come from, Chris. I have no idea what's happened there. What's happened, Chris?
I don't know, Jeff. The rain must have got in my eyes.
By the way, it's spot on. It's word for word. Chris, let me tell you, according to our sources, Anthony van der Boer has been sent off for a second bookable offence. Get your fingers out, Chris, and count up the number of Portsmouth players that are on the field.
No, you're right. I saw him going off, Jeff, but I thought they were bringing a sub on.
As professional as ever, Kammy. And then, you say still 0-0, and then it's just finished with cutting-edge reports on Gillette Soccer Saturday. That's amazing. Chris, at the time when that clip's come out, you must have had no idea that was going to blow up and be a defining point in your career.
I got told off initially.
Did you?
The director of the show, Soccer Saturday, initially, Karen Wilmington, her name is, said to me straight away, watch the game, that's what you're there for. And I went, no, sorry, but I wasn't the only one in the ground that missed it that day. Anthony van der Boer, if it had been an English player or a UK player, they would have contested the second yellow card. But because he deliberately handballed it, he just walked. He didn't wait for the second yellow, you see. So he just walked. So nobody knew, not many people in the stadium knew.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, I'm sorry. And then on the way home, I rang the producer, Ian Condren. I said to him, Condo, I'm really sorry. He went, oh, you can get away with it. That's the only thing. Just to make sure it don't happen again. Anyway, next day, I did Goals on Sunday in the morning. We mentioned it briefly, but I was thinking, get it off, because I'm going to get in trouble with the bosses and everything. So
wow,
didn't really make a big issue of it.
Oh, and now it's like people love it. People love it.
Yeah.
That's what people enjoy. They enjoy people being real and being funny
Absolutely. So that afternoon, he rings me back again, Ian Condren. Oh, shit. Sugar.
Yeah. Did you think you were getting a chop, maybe?
I thought you're going to say, look, forget about this week. And he rang up and he said, what's the nearest TV station to you? So I said, Yorkshire Television. So he said, when can you get there in the morning? So I said, wow, what time? He said, Fox Sports in America, Dutch TV, Chinese TV, they all want to interview you. They've seen missing the red card. So I'd gone from zero to hero because Sky were getting all this publicity on the back of it.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm so. It was a different time back then. What was it? What year was this? 2010. 2010, right? Oh, so it's a decade ago. So even then, like the way in which this PC world's gone, like it'd be more acceptable now, I think, than back then, because now a lot of YouTubers blow up from being like online, just being like more accessible and more real.
Yeah.
But back then, obviously, it was all straight lace and had to be like that. But Gillette, they must be absolutely buzzing as well, because that's just so much more free promotion for them, isn't it?
true,
Like,
yeah.
so good. Do you get a lot of people come up to you in the street and mention that?
Every time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, Jeff, or, don't miss the sending off, Kammy, you know.
Oh God, yeah.
But it's great. I don't mind it at all. Not at all. It's, it's put me on the map. It probably changed my perception with everyone else.
Yeah, I think so.
I went from just being on football programs to mainstream TV.
Yeah.
So-
I think it was one of them ones where you have a job that you're there to do, but with that, your personality shone through a lot more, and that's when people really sort of warm to you. It is good. What was you going to say, mate?
There's so many people I know who don't even watch football, but they know that.
Yeah,
which is
my
ridiculous.
sister. Yeah, it's just being one of
Yeah,
them.
as soon as you say your name, it's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll move on now. We'll move on to Soccer Saturday. Potentially,
Hey.
someone my age, and especially those.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
First of all, let's just straight in. What's that like as a job? It seems like a lot of fun from the outside, but
It was great. It was absolutely, frightening, really. I started working, I got the sack from Stoke as manager in April 98. And I more or less started working for Sky that August because I'd been the go-to guy. They took over the Football League when I was coverage, when I was manager of Bradford. And I got the Bradford promoted, the old First Division, to the Championship. And the first month of August, I got the Manager of the Month. We won 4 games and drew 1. So the first game they had was Sheffield United versus Sunderland. So they said, would you be interested in doing the game? And I went, yeah, great. It's only 40 minutes from me in Wakefield.
do they mean like covering it, like pundit? Yeah.
Pundit, yeah. So I said, yeah, great. So they said, unfortunately, you have to come to Isleworth in London in the studios to do it. So I jumped on the train, got there in time for the game, did that game, but it was a double header that day. So Jerry Francis was manager of Bristol Rovers. He was meant to come in and do the second game. Anyway, we got stuck on the M4 and they asked me to do it, stay on and do it. So I did more or less 6 hours of telly from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock with Marcus Buckland, his first presenting gig. So that from then on, I became the go-to guy that Sky would ask to do the commentaries. So obviously management carried on, went to Stoke, got the sack from there, and they started to give me loads of work. And it just
Snowballed.
went from there. Yeah.
We've obviously seen a lot of changes in the lineups over the years, more recently than ever. You've always stayed. Cammy's always been the heart of it. Why do you? I know your opinions on the changes and whatnot, and me and Stevie as fans of the show, we're gutted to see it change, obviously. But why do you think Kammy stays? Like, why do you think people love you so much?
I've no idea. No idea. You can't blow your own trumpet.
You can on air, mate.
I like a laugh. you
Yeah.
know. I don't take myself too seriously. I have a laugh. I was gutted for the boys when they all went. We've worked together a long time. I was there long before, Charlie, Tomo, and Lettice. Long time before them. When I got there, we used to have George Best, Rodney Marsh, Clive Allen, Alan Mullery, Frank McClintock. That was the panel, So they were brilliant. And I used to get the call from Ian Condren, the producer, if George didn't turn up for the show.
Right.
He used to say, look, what game are you at today? And I'd say, I'm at so-and-so. Right, cancel that. You're in the studio. The taxi's gone for George.
Yeah.
He's not coming in. So I did all that, and I never expected for 1 minute for that lot to be replaced. But they did it all in one hit.
Did they?
You know, Alan Murray went, Rodney Marsh went, George, unfortunately, had already died. Clive Allen had gone, Frank McClintock gone, and in came Phil Thompson, Matt Letizia, Paul Merson, and Charlie Nicholas.
That's the lineup that we know and love. Yeah, yeah.
But that came in overnight seamlessly, you know. And so when diversity came along, Sky made the big decision to get rid of all that lot, and probably, with hindsight, should have just phased them out. You know, I can't tell my boss what to do, but if he asked me, I would have just said, a year left on their contract, use them occasionally.
Yeah.
And let's see this season out, and then nobody even thinks about it. But to do it like it happened, and people talking about diversity and, you know, there's too many women, there's too many black people, this, that, and the other. It's overdue. It's been overdue, but because they've flooded the market at the same time, that's why people have repelled against it.
Right, fair enough. Does it make... They were all your good pals, weren't they? Of course they were. You worked with them for so many years. Does it make it any less enjoyable for you not having them around? Like, you still seem like you're loving it, to be fair. But
I do, but it's been so difficult because of the fact that we've had lockdown. You know, that has not been easy. So the games I've seen, few and far between, have been decent. The banter I've had with Jeff since March has been virtually non-existent because it's hard. It's hard to do it because the games I'm at, that I'm reporting at. So I don't think we've really felt the difference of losing the boys as yet. You know, it's been... All the shows have been higgledy-piggledy, and you know, they've not been exciting shows because of the fact that it's a weird world.